Hello everyone. We are discussing about chapter number 6, life processes, and today's topic is heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophism, as you know, is a process in which some plants and all animals depend on other organisms for their food and survival. Heterotrophic nutrition is further categorized in three major categories. First is saprotrophic nutrition. Saprotrophs are those organisms which feed on dead and decaying organic matter. The dead and decaying organic matter are acted upon by some organisms, microorganisms like fungi and bacteria, which decomposes their body, and from the decayed substances they obtain their nutrition. Next is parasitic nutrition. Parasites are those organisms who derive their food from living organisms. They consider the living organisms as their hosts and they consume all the digested food which is present in their body, and because of that, the living organisms who act as the host are deprived from the essential nutrients. Some of the most common parasites that we can see around us are mosquitoes, one of the most common examples, who suck the blood. In the similar way, leeches, they suck the blood by attaching themselves to the skin of the organisms like animals and human beings. Other organisms which are inside our body are tapeworms and roundworms. Tapeworms and roundworms are the worms coming under the category of worms like Platyhelminthes and Ascalminthus respectively. They infect the small intestine. Small intestine is the site where most of the absorption of the food take place. Thus, these worms, they attach themselves to the small intestinal walls and consume all the nutrients from the small intestine. Thus, parasitic nutrition is one of the type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Next is holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is one of the most advanced form of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, as in holozoic nutrition, organisms show 5 major steps of nutrition. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Ingestion means taking the food through mouth. After the food is taken through mouth, the food is broken down into small particles. That food which is broken down into small particles is acted upon by many enzymes or digestive juices, as we see in other organisms. These enzymes break down the complex food substances into their simplest form. After the enzymatic action on the complex food substance, the food is then absorbed into the bloodstream or into the body fluids, which is the case with any of the organisms that we will discuss. After the nutrition or the digested food is absorbed by the body fluids or in the bloodstream, the digested food is stored in the storage organs. And in the case of human beings, the storage organs are muscles and liver. Finally, the undigested food is egested out of the body through the anus in the case of human beings, or in the case of single cell organisms, it may be a vacuole like contractile vacuoles. So our next topic is nutrition in single cell organisms. In single cell organisms, we are going to talk about nutrition in amoeba and nutrition in paramecium. Let us start with nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is a single cell eukaryotic organism which doesn't have any particular shape. As you can see, its boundary is called as cell membrane, cell membrane and cytoplasm is having a distinct space between that. The space is called as ectoplasm and the cytoplasmic space is called as the endoplasm. Amoeba has a eukaryotic nucleus which is bound by a nuclear membrane, and genetic material is distributed inside the nucleus. Whenever an amoeba ingests the food is present inside a vacuole, and that vacuole is termed as food vacuole. We are not concerned right now about the other cell organelles present inside the amoeba, though they are present as it is a eukaryotic cell. Now let us see how amoeba obtains its nutrition. Amoeba obtains its nutrition through Holozoic mode, which shows all the 5 distinct steps of the nutrition. As you can see, in the first step, amoeba has a food particle in its vicinity. Food particle can be any form of phytoplankton or zooplankton which amoeba finds in fresh water. The cell membrane of amoeba protrudes around the food particle. In the second step, we can see the cell membrane extensions around the food particles are called as pseudopodia. In general terms, we can say that pseudopodia are also called as false feet. As the pseudopodia engulfs around the food particle, they form a food vacuole. Food is captured within the food vacuole, and the food vacuole moves around in the cytoplasm. This process or this movement of the food vacuole inside the cytoplasm is termed as cyclosis. During the cyclosis movement of the food vacuole, the food particle gets digested or gets broken down into smaller pieces. Now the smaller pieces of the food particles which are present inside the food vacuole are acted upon, maybe because of the action of the various forms of digestive juices present inside the cytoplasm of the amoeba. Finally, the food particle breaks down into many small particles, and the digested food is absorbed back into the cytoplasm. The food vacuole is now left with only undigested food. The undigested food is finally removed from the amoeba through a contractile vacuole, which decimates the undigested food into its surrounding environment. In this way, you can see amoeba follows all the 5 major steps of Holozoic mode of nutrition, which are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and finally egestion. This is how amoeba shows Holozoic mode of nutrition. Next, we will discuss about nutrition shown by another single cell organism, that is Paramecium. Now Paramecium, you should be knowing, it is called as a slipper animalcule. Slipper, it refers to the shape of the Paramecium. It is a bit advanced from the amoeba, as Paramecium has a particular shape, and also you can see that it is having locomotory structures, and these locomotory structures are called as cilia. Apart from these locomotory structures, we can find Paramecium has a specific oral groove through which the food can be engulfed, can be taken inside the body of the Paramecium. But the similarities are the food vacuole, which forms after the food is ingested through the oral groove. The food vacuole is having does contain the food particles. The food particles, as we saw in the amoeba, they move across the cytoplasm by the process to the process called as cyclosis. Now, after the food is completely digested in the food vacuole transforms into contractile vacuole, and this contractile vacuole, it reaches a point over the paramecium cell that is called as anal pore, that can be present over in this particular region of the paramecium below the oral groove, where the contractile vacuole releases the undigested food into the surroundings of paramecium. So again we can see that as in case of amoeba, which shows the holozoic mode of nutrition, paramecium also follows the same holozoic mode of nutrition, though it is a bit different from that just because of its specific shape and designated structures which are seen in its cell.